everyone, this is the video for 5-15. This one is going to take a little bit of time because you're going to have to do a lot of manual entry. So let's start with the first thing we have to do. We are given a partial worksheet. Now we need to fill in the worksheet. So we're going to just enter in the information exactly as we're given. And then you're also going to enter in the amounts given. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I go ahead and finish entering in the account information. Okay, so here is the first part of the assignment done. All I've done is copy the information directly from the partial worksheet to the worksheet in Excel, making sure I matched up the correct amounts with the correct account. A lot of students have lines mixed up and everything, so make sure you have everything exactly as it should be. The next thing we have to do is adjustments. Sometimes our textbook will give us the amount to be adjusted for. Other times it gives us the amount that is left at the end of the period in the account. It is our job to figure out what it's talking about. So here are the adjustments we have to do for this assignment. Supplies inventory as of October 31st. That's telling us the amount that belongs in the adjusted trial balance. So supplies at the end of October is $210. So that is going to go directly into the adjusted trial balance. Remaining insurance as of October 31st is $800. Again, that is telling us the amount we have left. So it's going in the adjusted trial balance. Depreciation of automobile is $250. That is how much we have used up. So that is going into the depreciation accounts. Anything below capital is going to be increased with a debit. Anything above is increased with a credit 99% of the time. We will have one transaction in week 11 where it is different. So depreciation of automobile, so it's going to go into accumulated depreciation. It's going in the credit column of the adjustments. Since we listed it as a credit in accumulated depreciation, we have to list it as a debit in depreciation expense. Expense accounts are always going to be adjusted with a debit. The last one is wages earned but not paid as of October 31st. So that is the amount that goes into the adjusted column. So it is going to go into wages expense and wages payable. Wages payable is going to be a credit for $175. Wages expense is going to be a debit. And so now we just have to calculate the amount of the adjustments for prepaid insurance and supplies. So for supplies, we are going to take our beginning amount from the trial balance. That is $625. And we're going to subtract the $210 left in the account. So that's $415, and that's going into the credit column because we need to show that we are decreasing how much of an asset we have. Then it's also going to go into supplies expense for the same amount. Again, since we use the double entry, both the debit and the credit columns have to be the same amount when we total it. The last one we have to worry about for this account is the prepaid insurance. At the beginning of the month, it was $950. At the end of the month, it's $800. So that is a $150 difference. So it's going to go into prepaid insurance and then into insurance expense. Now we're going to total the columns. I'm going to let Excel do the math for me to save time. So our adjustments are $985. So let's see if the other side balances. And it does. Now that we have the adjustments column, we need to finish the adjusted trial balance. So the first part of that is easy. Since most of the accounts we did not use, we're going to enter in the amount that we had at the beginning in the trial balance. Here at the beginning of the automobile accumulated depreciation, we did not have an amount in the trial balance, so we're going to list the $250. In accounts payable, we had a balance of $1,500. Wages payable, we did not have a balance, so we're going to directly use the $175. Capital, we did not adjust, so that amount is going to be the exact same. And then again, we're just going to go down the line. Here, wages expense was $1,560. We're adding $175 to it. So that gives us $1,735. We did not do anything to advertising expense or rent expense. Supplies expense did not have a previous balance. So we're just going to use our adjustment amount. Insurance expense did not have a beginning balance. So we're just going to copy the amounts. And now we need to see if the amounts are the same. So again, I'm just going to let Excel do the math for me. If you let Excel do the math, make sure you highlight the entire column. So that gives us 14,820. Let's see if our credit column is the same. Oops, entered it into the wrong cell. It looks like I might be off somewhere. So it looks like I'm off by $5. So here's where we're going to double check everything. And it looks like here it is, 625 minus 410 gives us $215. And there we go. Now our numbers balance. The last thing you have to do for this problem is complete the income statement and the balance sheet. This is actually very simple from a 10-column worksheet. Your revenue account, in this case, which is appraisal fees. So this count and below goes directly on your income statement. So you can just copy and paste. So that way you don't have to worry about transposing any numbers. Cash down through drawing goes on the balance sheet. Again, copy pasting so you don't have to worry about balances. Now here is where we find out whether or not the company had a net gain or a net loss. So we know the credit column is a total of $3,000. So I'm going to use Excel again to calculate the totals for me. So we have $4,620. So the company has lost money because the credit column is smaller. So to figure that out, I'm going to take $4,620 minus $3,000. Gives us $1,620. So we're going to put that, since it's a net loss, we're going to put it in the credit column. We always want to keep the larger amount. So that's going to be $1,620. Then we have to do our totals again, just to double check our work. Okay, so I just brought down the 4,620, and then I used Excel to add the 3,000 plus 100, the 3,000 plus 166, I can't talk. The 3,000 plus $1,620, and that gives us the correct amount. So now we got to total the amounts from the balance sheet. Again, I'm letting Excel do the work for me. Okay, in this case, the net loss should match what we already have. So we're going to take 11,825 minus the 10,205. So that does give us the same amount. So again, since it's a net loss, it's going to go into the debit column on the balance sheet. And then we're just going to total the sums again, just to make sure. And then bring down the $11,825. And that is really all there is to this problem. If you do struggle with it or have trouble getting things to balance, please let me know. I'm more than happy to look at your file. Have a great day, everybody.